The recent Central Economic Work Conference proposed a series of measures to boost the development of the private sector, including introducing a law to promote the sector. How do you view the role of the private sector in China's economic development?
As we know, in the past 45 years, that the private sector plays a very important role in the China's economic development, especially when China is looking or striking for China's modernization. I think the private economy will play even important role. Some figures can tell you this importance of the private sector. The number of the private sector occupies 90% of the total numbers in the country, and 80% contribution to the employment, 70% contribution to the innovation technically and scientifically, 60% occupied our contribution to domestic GDP, but only 40% of the credit facilities. So from this way that we can see in all fields, high-tech, AI, and also in the infrastructures, in the normal industry manufacturing, export, in all different fronts, the private companies that played a so important role, especially also when we are talking about the traveling consumption in the holiday, the seasons, all the private companies that make so great efforts and jobs creation for all different needs. So in this way that we can see the private sector will play even more important role in the time to come. So we have to encourage the private economy to do more and to have more contributions in different sections.
Well, there has been plenty of very specific measures to try to promote the private economy. For example, optimizing business environment and enhancing financial support, just to name a few. How effective have these measures been, and what do you think are the challenges that still need to be addressed?
I think in the past time that the government has really tried the best efforts to promote and stimulate the private economy. I think the achievement has been made greatly. So progress. We see that some private sections and private companies are happy that to make more contributions in the development of the economy. But I think that we can do something more, as also in the meeting from the document already issued, that in two parts are very essential for the private section. The first is, as we always mention, to improve the business environment. The business environment including two parts. One is the hardware, the other is the software. Software is the management atmosphere. That means all this atmosphere management for the private section should be really in real friendly way. So not so as hard as the law itself. And secondly, it's very important to make a friendly and transparent law system to protect the benefits, to protect the interest of the private companies, private entrepreneurs, in order to give them more encouragement. So as you already mentioned, we see that the news report said the prediction of the private sector should be ensured, secured, so that they can see that in the next 5 or 3 years that what they can achieve, what the benefit they can ensure. So in this way, they have more interest and encourage to have more investment in different fields. So this is a very basic requirement for the private economy. But another thing is that we should, in the market access, give them more freedom. The freedom is important than anything. That give them more space and more room to make their own decision, what to do, how to do, when to do, so they can make a good contribution to dynamic our economy.